Welcome back to Cooking with Toya Bodie. I have a great recipe coming your way, and this is going to be baked macaroni and cheese. Now, I do it a different way. It's more my style than anything else. You know, a lot of old school recipes include lots of egg, lots of milk, and stuff like that. But I'm going to go up the different side of the mountain for this one. I'm going to actually show you how to make a butter roux and make a cheese sauce, and then you're going to actually add the cheeses into it as well. So it's going to create this really creamy, the same creamy texture that you get from including all that egg and all that milk. You're gonna get that with this, and also my little special ingredient, Philadelphia cream cheese. All right, so we're gonna get started with the tools and the ingredients. We have a 13 by 9 inch pan. This is probably going to be a little bit too much for that, but whatever. This is the large elbow noodles. You can use the long macaroni if you like, whatever type of pasta you want to use, actually. We have 1 stick of unsalted butter. We have the Philadelphia cream cheese. We're only going to be using 4 ounces of this, not the whole thing, and it's already softened. And this is the flour for the roux. We have 2 different types of cheeses, the Sargento 6 Italian and the sharp cheddar. The main seasoning as far as like pepper and salt, that's all we're going to use. Pepper and salt, cracked pepper actually. And we have 4 cups, a little over 4 cups of milk. Okay, so now that the butter is melted, we're going to add all the flour into it. There we go. Make a nice little thick roux. This stage that the roux is at right now is called a blonde stage. This is the stage for cream sauces, bisque, or anything like that. Good creamy white gravies, Alfredo sauces, that kind of stuff. So now what we're going to do is let this basically break down the flour a little bit for at least about 3 to 4 minutes. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to lift it up off of the stove, because once it's done, I want to cool it down some, because that roux gets so hot. If I try to add that hot roux into the pot that I have right here, it's going to cause a big problem, aka you're going to have splashes all over the wall and stuff like that. I already have the milk waiting inside of the pot to catch some of that roux too as well. So now in a few minutes we're going to be pulling it off, and you can see basically how thick it is in comparison to the other roux that you've seen me make. Dairy does that. Dairy swells a lot too. It gets nice and fluffy, like clouds almost, if you look at it and pay attention too. Now what we're doing, I've stopped the fire. I've taken it off the fire right now, and what I'm doing is basically allowing it to kind of calm down some. There we go. You see, it's a nice easy transition now. You see? Get all of that good butter roux. Alright, so now we're going to add the noodles to the pot. And like I said, this may be a little bit, might be too much, but that's okay. Now that we've mixed a good amount of the noodles in, I don't like to add it all in because sometimes it may not be enough, or maybe you know, too much noodles or too many noodles. So with this, I can look at it and tell I can handle by how much cheese sauce I have going on. I can handle some more noodles, so I'm going to add some more to it. Not too much. Okay, so now that we have everything inside of the pot and all mixed up, make sure all the noodles are evenly covered. Now we're going to transfer them to the pan. Get it nice and even. That looks so beautiful. Alright, so it's nice and even. We're going to do 2 things. We're going to put all of the leftover cheddar on top, the sharp cheddar and the gold. That's why I chose to use the white Italian cheese. Now we're going to top this. I have the oven already preset for 375. I'm going to actually throw some breadcrumbs on top just because I like the texture of it. There we go. And you can also use panko crumbs. The panko, if you want to put panko on top, lightly seasoned panko is really good as well. There we go. Voila. Now we're ready for the oven. Since everything is generally cooked, we're going to keep it in the oven until everything is nice and bubbly and melted on top, and then you're ready to go after that. Alright, so now everything is done. It was in the oven for approximately 15 minutes at 375. And I waited until, you know, if your oven heats up fast, maybe, you know, your own oven. If it heats up faster than normal, then you just gauge it to see exactly how crusty it is on top and how nice and melted the cheeses are. Alright, so now we're going to move into plating. Get a nice, hot, look at that creamy goodness. There we go. And now this will be a hit whenever you bring this to parties. Don't forget to garnish it with parsley, maybe some more breadcrumbs if you like, however you like to do it. So this is my easy baked mac and cheese recipe. So again, it's a little different from normal. Usually you see recipes that have lots of egg, lots of milk and stuff like that, but this one doesn't. So if you want to try it, add some things to it. If you want to add shrimp, lobster meat, that would be delicious as well. So have at it, have lots of fun creating new ways to use this.